Her small fingers shook as she held the buckle. A collar, leather, too tight around her throat. "Daddy," she whispered, voice breaking into something that wasn't a child's voice anymore. "Mom's boyfriend said this is what your blood belongs to. He made me bark for my food." I froze. Years in the desert, firefights, men screaming in the dust, none of it prepared me for that. I unfastened it with steady hands. My grip never trembled. But inside, a storm opened its eyes. She clung to me, ribs sharp beneath my palm. I carried her out of that house, out of her mother's shadow, and drove her to my mother's place. No explanation, no comfort, just silence and a blanket pulled up to her chin. One call, that was all it took. That night he was dragged from his truck by someone no one could name. 2 shots ended his laughter forever. When the phone rang, I already knew who it was. Her voice split the night. "What the hell did you do?" I didn't answer. I didn't need to. The truth is, betrayal doesn't arrive as fire. It seeps like smoke. Quiet, suffocating. My wife, no, not my wife anymore. She had opened our home to a man who treated my daughter like property. And yet, in her screams, in her outrage over what happened to him, there was no horror for what he'd done, only for what she'd lost. I listened to her voice break through the receiver. "You can't just, he didn't." Didn't what? Didn't hurt a child? Didn't strip away her dignity until she believed barking was all she deserved? Silence pressed heavy between us. She was lying, even in panic. That was her nature. Always smoothing corners, hiding stains. Infidelity disguised as late shifts. Missing money disguised as bills. A second phone I once found buried in her purse. I thought I'd ignored it because I was tired, because deployments strip you hollow and you cling to whatever waits back home. But no, I ignored it because admitting it meant everything I fought for was already dead. Now I had proof, and proof does not fade. I didn't confront her, not yet. I watched, listened, took note. Her text messages suddenly erased before I could glance. Her sudden work trips with no receipts. Her laughter muffled in the bathroom while she thought I slept. I ordered a DNA test, quietly, surgically. Not for me, for my daughter. The child who had been forced into silence, made to wear the weight of my wife's betrayal like a brand. While the swab dried, I studied her. Every gesture, every excuse, every frantic scramble to explain gaps that no longer needed explanation. She believed I was numb. She mistook silence for blindness. But silence is a weapon. It gave me time to plan. The envelope came back 2 weeks later. Thin, clinical, no hesitation in the words. She was mine. My daughter, my blood. Relief cut through me, sharp, quick, but it only deepened the poison. Because if she was mine, then what my wife allowed to happen was deliberate, not confusion, not desperation, a choice. That night I laid the envelope on the table. She walked in, laughing into her phone, and froze when she saw it. "What's this?" she asked. I didn't answer. She opened it, read, stared. Her voice cracked. You think I didn't love her?" Love. The word soured on her tongue. I didn't flinch. I didn't shout. I just said it once, calm as stone. "You let him put a collar on her." Her knees buckled against the chair. Tears came, fast, chaotic. But I felt nothing. I didn't threaten her. I didn't need to. I slid my phone across the table. A recording. My daughter's voice, broken but clear. Mom's boyfriend said this is what your blood belongs to. Her face collapsed as she realized. There would be no hiding. Not from me, not from anyone. "You think you can ruin me?" she hissed. Ruin? No. I wasn't interested in ruin. I was interested in truth. I leaned in. My voice never rose. I already made one call. Don't think I won't make another." She froze. She understood. Her lever was already gone, 2 bullets buried in the dirt of a roadside. She had screamed then, too. But this silence, the silence of knowing she was trapped, exposed, cornered, was deeper. I stood, walked away, left her with the envelope, the recording, and the weight of every choice she'd made. At my mother's, I kissed my daughter's forehead while she slept. The collar was gone. In its place, only a thin red mark on her neck. I sat in the dark, watching her breathe. My heart didn't race, my hands didn't shake. I had become something colder, harder. My wife's world would collapse on itself, slowly, inevitably, and I wouldn't need to raise a hand. Some betrayals are too deep for forgiveness. Some wounds cut clean enough to sever the past entirely. I didn't lose control. I claimed it back. The final sound in my mind wasn't her screams. It wasn't the gunshots. It was the snap of a collar being unbuckled. The moment I decided she would never wear chains again.